Someone you love has left this world and left a message that will change everything you think you know about life. Archangel Michael is whispering in my ear right now that it is no coincidence that you are here now. The energy around you is heavy, laden with undisclosed mysteries because a soul who once walked beside you has managed to circumvent the laws of time and space to bring this truth to you. This person did not leave in silence. They knew things, discovered secrets, uncovered lies that were being woven in the shadows of your life. And before crossing the veil that separates the worlds, she did something that few have the courage to do. She documented everything, every name, every date, every piece of evidence of what was happening behind your back was carefully stored in a place that only you will be able to find. Archangel Michael reveals that this elevated soul was not taken by chance. There were forces working against your happiness, people you considered friends plotting to destroy everything you had built. But this loved one became your invisible shield, gathering evidence, asking the right questions, and following clues that would lead to the complete truth. For weeks before their departure, this warrior soul did not live in fear, but with a fierce determination to protect you. They discovered that a dark-haired woman with a fake smile had infiltrated your life with sinister purposes. This woman did not come to you by chance. She was sent by someone who knows your weaknesses, someone who has been studying your movements for a long time. Before continuing with the angel's message, write this mantra in the comments. No evil can come to me, for I am protected by the light of heaven. This will create an energetic shield around you and prevent any negative forces from interfering with what is now being revealed. The person who left confronted this woman without you knowing. They risked their own safety to get her out of their way, but she only pretended to accept peace. Behind her sweet smile, she continued to carry out plans that were devised long before you met. That is why you have been feeling a strange uneasiness lately, as if something is out of place, as if there are eyes watching you even when you are alone. But Archangel Michael wants you to know that this protective soul did not leave without leaving tools for your defense. There is a letter, a document, a digital file hidden somewhere that only you will be able to recognize. This material describes events that only the two of you have experienced, secret places you have visited together, intimate conversations you have had. When you find these words, you will know immediately that it is real, that it is not a figment of your imagination or some elaborate scam. Now write in the comments, I now activate my spiritual protection shield. This simple act strengthens your aura and prevents any energy imbalance from affecting you as we continue to unravel these mysteries. Within this message left for you is something that will make your heart race and your hands tremble. The full name of the person who orchestrated this entire situation. It's not just the woman with the fake smile. There's a man behind her, someone you greeted recently, someone who offered you help insistently, someone who always shows up at the most vulnerable moments of your life. This loved one discovered the connection between the two of you long before she left. She saw you talking in a place you thought was safe. She overheard part of a phone conversation that revealed your true intentions. She found physical evidence that you had been planning something against you from the moment you learned of her imminent departure. What impresses Archangel Michael the most is how this soul managed, even while facing the transition between worlds, to organize each clue so that it would reach you at the exact moment you needed this information. She knew that after her departure, these two would intensify their attacks on your peace, your emotional stability, and even your material possessions. Write in the comments, my energy is sacred, and no evil has power over me. This shows the universe that you recognize your value, and no longer accept being affected by energies that do not serve you. In the coming days, you will receive a clear sign of where to find these revelations. It may be through a vivid dream, where this person shows you exactly where to look. It may be through a sudden intuition that will lead you to the right place, or it may be through another person who will appear with seemingly casual information, but which is actually divine guidance. When you find this sacred message, it will begin in a way that will make you immediately recognize the voice of this special person. The first lines will talk about something you have forgotten about yourself, an inner strength that she has always seen in you, even in moments when you doubted everything. She will remind you of a specific conversation where you said you would be able to weather any storm, and now she is holding you to that promise. Archangel Michael reveals that the next lines of this letter contain revelations that will make every piece of the puzzle fit together perfectly. All those strange situations that have happened recently, those misunderstandings that seem to come out of nowhere, those people who change their behavior without explanation, everything had a source, a motive calculated by this pair of manipulators. The woman she exposed has a trait you never consciously noticed, but your intuition always picked up on. She never looks you directly in the eye when she talks about important things. Her hands make specific gestures when she is lying, and she has a habit of touching her neck when she makes excuses. Your loved one observed these details and documented them because they knew you would need to identify the signs of dishonesty in the future. Write in the comments, "Where there is light, no shadow remains." This is your invisible shield against everything that has tried to stop you until now, and it will intensify the protection that the angels have placed around you. But the most shocking revelation is on the second page of this message. The man who works with her is not a stranger in your life. He is someone who knows your routine, your schedule, your vulnerabilities. Maybe it's that mechanic who always offers special discounts, or the shopkeeper who insists on delivering to your home, or even a coworker who shows excessive interest in your personal affairs. And if this message has touched your heart in any way, if something here resonates with what you are feeling right now, I want to ask you for a gesture of kindness. Click "Thank you" to support this message from the angels. That's how we can continue to bring words of healing, revelation, and hope to those who need to hear them most. The letter reveals that this loved one even confronted this man discreetly, asking questions that seemed casual, but were actually testing his reactions. She discovered that he knew details about her life that he should never have known, that he asked specific questions about her financial situation, about important documents she kept, about her routines and work schedules. The most shocking thing is that they had a detailed plan for after your loved one left. They knew you would be emotionally vulnerable, more likely to accept help, more open to trusting people who showed concern. They studied your personality and identified exactly how to approach you at the right moment. To receive this strength in your life, write in the comments now, "I am guided, protected, and strengthened by angels of light." From this point forward, nothing will be the same because you are being prepared to see through the masks that people wear. Your loved one also discovered that some of your documents have been copied without your permission. Contracts, certificates, proof of income, information that could be used to harm you in many ways. She was able to track down how these copies were made and where they are being kept. And all this information is in the letter that will reach you. But what is most impressive is that she didn't just identify the problem, she created the solution. Before she left, she sought out a trusted lawyer and left specific instructions on how to protect you legally. There is a sealed envelope in an office in town with your name on it, waiting for you to show up with a password that only you would know. Archangel Michael whispers that she also prepared evidence that can be used against these people if they try to harm you. Audio recordings, photographs, documents proving their bad intentions. Everything has been carefully filed and left in the hands of the right people, waiting for you to need this information. Now write in the comments, "The light that guides me is stronger than any darkness." This statement seals your courage, your faith, and your spiritual rebirth as we continue to reveal the details of this heavenly protection. The letter also mentions something about your home, something she noticed that you never noticed. She noticed that some objects subtly changed places, that some mail took longer to arrive, that certain phone calls had strange interference. These were not coincidences. They were signs that someone was monitoring your activities. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so now because messages from the angels arrive here frequently, and you need to be connected to this source of spiritual protection. And tell me in the comments, have you been feeling that some things in your life haven't been making sense lately? That intuition is your guardian angel trying to alert you to what is being revealed today. The preparations your loved one has made to protect you go far beyond what you can imagine. Not only have they identified your hidden enemies, but they have also created a protective network that will automatically activate as you uncover each layer of the truth. What your loved one has discovered about the origin of this conspiracy will shock you deeply, but it will also explain why certain things in your life always seem to go wrong for no apparent reason. This woman with the fake smile did not choose you at random. She was directed by someone who knows your history, your deepest wounds, your most intimate fears. Archangel Michael reveals that there is a third person in this plot, someone from your past who has never accepted certain decisions you have made. It could be a former co-worker who felt hurt by a promotion you received, a family member who has always been jealous of your success, or even an ex-partner of someone who was interested in you. This person has been harboring resentment for a long time and found in the manipulative woman a perfect ally to carry out an elaborate revenge. Your loved one managed to track conversations between these three people through social media, text messages, and even face-to-face meetings that were discreetly photographed. She discovered that they communicated using codes, fake names, and apps that automatically delete messages, but she still managed to document enough evidence to prove the entire conspiracy. Write in the comments, "I am protected by invisible forces working on my behalf." This opens the way for angels to work even more powerfully in your life, as we reveal how this heavenly protection was prepared specifically for you. The letter you will find contains not only names and evidence, but also a detailed timeline of everything that was being planned against you. They had established specific steps. First, to gain your trust through false friendship. Second, to infiltrate your routine to gather personal information. Third, to create situations of emotional dependence so that you would become vulnerable. And fourth, to use this information to harm you in ways that would appear to be coincidence or bad luck. What impresses Archangel Michael the most is how your loved one managed to discover even the methods they would use. The manipulative woman had plans to get closer to you once you were alone, offering help with documents, suggesting changes in your life, even recommending professionals who were actually part of her network. The ultimate goal was to gain access to your assets, banking information, and even influence important decisions about your life. But your heavenly guardian was smarter than all of them put together. She pretended to know nothing while secretly building a protective system around you. She hired a private investigator to document all suspicious activities, installed security systems you never even knew existed, and even created secret bank accounts where she kept funds to ensure your financial independence. Write in the comments, "My heart is light, and no evil can resist this vibration." This reinforces your inner strength and dissolves any energy that tries to destabilize you as we continue to reveal the details of this divine protection. The most surprising discovery is related to your home. Your loved one noticed that some objects were subtly moved when you were not there, that certain drawers seemed to have been rummaged through, that important papers changed places in your files. She installed microscopic cameras in strategic locations and discovered that someone was entering your home regularly, always at times when you followed a predictable routine. The images captured show not only the face of the person invading your privacy, but also exactly what they were looking for and photographing. Personal documents, correspondence, even your underwear were examined and cataloged. This person was building a complete dossier on your life to use this information against you at the right moment. But Archangel Michael reveals that your heavenly protector also documented evidence that your phone conversations were being intercepted through a device installed near your home. Your text messages were copied through a malicious app that was installed on your phone when you left it unattended. Even your conversations on social media were monitored by fake profiles posing as ordinary people. To receive this strength in your life, write in the comments now, "I am invincible when I connect with the light of the heavens." This is not just a mantra. It is a call for your spirit to awaken to all the protection that has been prepared around you. The letter also reveals that this conspiracy had a specific date to be carried out. They were waiting for a moment of maximum emotional vulnerability to put their main plan into action. They knew that after the departure of your loved one, you would go through a period of mourning that would leave you more susceptible to manipulation, more in need of support, more willing to accept help from people who showed affection. The plan included creating false emergencies that would force you to make quick decisions without much time to think, fabricated financial problems, invented legal issues, even staged health situations. Everything was being orchestrated to put you in a position of total dependence on these manipulative people. What your loved one discovered about the true goals of this conspiracy goes beyond anything you could ever imagine. It wasn't just about money or material possessions. It was about total control over your life, over your ability to make independent decisions, over your autonomy as a human being. They wanted to turn you into a puppet that danced to their tune, without you even realizing you were being manipulated. Archangel Michael reveals that her investigation uncovered forged documents with your signature, fake contracts that committed you to situations you never agreed to, and even forged correspondence that created non-existent legal obligations. Everything was being prepared to be used at the right moment, when you were emotionally vulnerable and less able to question the legitimacy of these situations. But your angelic guardian went beyond simply uncovering the problems. She created preventive solutions for each situation. For every false document they prepared, she obtained authentic documentation proving the forgery. For every lie they planned to tell, she recorded evidence of the truth. For every trap they set, she prepared an emergency exit. Write in the comments, "The presence of angels surrounds me and keeps me safe in all my ways." This gesture opens the wings of heavenly protection over you as we reveal how this safety net was woven specifically for your protection. The letter that will reach you contains not only revelations about the present, but also prophecies about the future that she was able to foresee. She knew exactly when each of these people would try to approach you, what excuses they would use, what manipulative strategies they would employ. And for each situation, she left specific instructions on how to respond and protect yourself. For example, she predicted that the manipulative woman would try to approach you through a supposed family emergency, asking for financial help that would actually be used for other purposes. She foresaw that the conspiratorial man would try to offer to help with legal or bureaucratic issues, taking advantage of your vulnerability to gain access to your most important documents. And if this message is touching your heart, consider supporting this channel with a gesture of light. Click thank you. This kindness helps keep alive this mission of delivering words that heal and awaken to the truth that is often hidden right before our eyes. The most impressive thing is that your loved one has also prepared a team of trusted people to support you when you discover the whole truth. A lawyer specializing in cybercrime, a psychologist experienced in emotional manipulation, a private investigator who can track any attempts at intimidation, and even a security consultant who can protect your home and personal data. All of these professionals have already been briefed on your case and are waiting for you to contact them, using a code word that only you would know. This word is discreetly written in the letter, camouflaged in a sentence that seems to have another meaning, but your heart will immediately recognize it as being directed specifically to you. Archangel Michael whispers that she has also left financial resources in a special account, not only for your safety, but so that you can completely rebuild your life if necessary. This money does not come only from her personal savings, but from secret investments she made with your future in mind, stocks she bought in your name, and even a special life insurance policy of which you were the beneficiary without knowing it. Write in the comments, "Evil does not touch those who live in the light of truth." This seals your vibration in integrity and attracts the protective shield from above as we continue to reveal the extent of this heavenly protection. But the most exciting revelation is in the last pages of the letter. She not only protected you from external threats, but also prepared incredible opportunities for your future. She used connections she had in the professional world to open doors you never even knew existed. Recommendations were written, introductions were arranged, contracts were prepared, all to ensure that you not only survive this storm, but emerge from it stronger and more prosperous than ever. There are also revelations about talents and abilities she saw in you that you never fully developed. The letter contains specific guidance on courses you should take, people you should meet, opportunities you should pursue. It's as if she mapped out not only the dangers around you, but also all the untapped potential within you. Her investigation even revealed that some opportunities you missed in the past were not coincidence or bad luck. They were deliberate sabotage by people who felt threatened by your potential. Job openings were hidden from you. Positive recommendations were intercepted. Even relationships were sabotaged by people who preferred to see you insecure and dependent. Now write in the comments, "I receive the light, peace, and protection that are rightfully mine." By doing so, you activate a portal of liberation in your life, as we continue to reveal how this complete transformation was planned for you. The transformation that is about to take place in your life will surprise even you. Archangel Michael reveals that your loved one not only identified the problems and created solutions, she orchestrated a complete rebirth for you, an awakening that will touch every area of your existence. She knew that discovering all of this truth would be painful at first, but she also knew that it would be the gateway to a version of yourself that you have not yet fully met. The letter contains a detailed map, not only of the dangers that surrounded you, but also of the gifts that lie dormant within you. She observed your intuition working at specific moments, your ability to read people's true intentions, your natural ability to identify lies even when your conscious mind couldn't process this information. Now she teaches you how to develop these abilities in a conscious and controlled way. There is an entire section dedicated to the signs you will receive from now on. These will not be mere coincidences or figments of your imagination. They will be direct communications from the spiritual plane, precise guidance on decisions you need to make, warnings about people you should avoid, or situations you should embrace. Your ability to decode these heavenly messages will be sharpened to such an extent that you will become virtually invulnerable to future manipulation. Write in the comments. With every step, the angels steady the ground beneath my feet. This brings balance and confidence to what is about to unfold on your new life journey. Your heavenly guardian has also mapped out connections you should make in the near future. Specific people will cross your path at the right moments, offering not only genuine friendship, but also professional opportunities, personal growth, and even true love. She has identified these souls through specific characteristics that she describes in the letter: mannerisms, ways of speaking, even physical marks that will help you recognize them when they appear. The most amazing thing is that she was able to predict not only when these people would appear, but also how they would find you. Some will come through professional situations, others through common interests, some even in seemingly casual moments such as bank queues or waiting rooms. But nothing will really be casual. Every encounter will be orchestrated by the divine plan she helped build for you. The letter also reveals secrets about your health that she has observed but never mentioned so as not to worry you. Certain pains you feel are not just physical. They are energetic reflections of the spiritual attacks you have been suffering. Certain inexplicable fatigue was a direct result of the negative energies these people directed at you through obsessive thoughts, rituals of envy, and even objects they planted near your home. Now write in the comments, "Truth, light, and protection are with me every day." This ensures that your energy is aligned with good and shields you from any evil that still tries to approach you. But your angelic protector didn't just identify these negative influences. She created an energy cleansing system that will activate automatically as you discover each layer of the truth. Certain objects in your home have been secretly blessed. Certain plants have been placed in strategic positions. And even some of your clothes have been given specific protections without your knowledge. The most exciting discovery is related to your life purpose. She was able to see aspects of your destiny that you yourself have not yet identified. Artistic talents you have never fully explored. Leadership skills you have only demonstrated in isolated moments. Emotional healing abilities you exercise naturally without realizing the extent of their power. The letter contains specific guidelines on how to develop each of these gifts in a practical and profitable way. This is not just vague advice about self-knowledge. It is detailed instructions on specific courses you should take, specific people you should seek out, and real markets where you can apply your skills. Write in the comments, "I am at peace. I am in the light. I am protected." Let this vibration echo in your soul, because what I am about to tell you may change the way you see your own potential. She also documented conversations she overheard about you, compliments people made about you behind your back, acknowledgments that never reached your ears. She described situations where your presence transformed the environment in a positive way, moments where your words brought healing to others, occasions where your energy radiated peace in such a way that everyone around you felt better. Archangel Michael reveals that these observations were not just personal affection. They were concrete evidence of real spiritual gifts that you possess. Your loved one recognized that you had a greater mission in this life, a specific role in the divine plan, and that this whole difficult situation was actually preparation for awakening these dormant powers. The letter even contains prophecies about the impact you will have on other people's lives when you are fully awake to your gifts. She saw you helping women who will go through similar situations, guiding people who will feel lost as you feel now, being a channel for heavenly messages to souls who will need to hear exactly the words you will know how to speak. The moment of complete revelation is coming, and Archangel Michael whispers that you must prepare yourself emotionally for what you are about to discover. Your loved one not only documented the entire conspiracy against you, she recorded entire conversations where these people planned specific details about how to ruin your life. The voices, the cruel laughter, the malicious comments about your pain, everything has been captured and preserved as irrefutable evidence. When you listen to these recordings, you will initially feel anger, disappointment, even disgust at the cruelty displayed. But soon after will come a sense of deep relief, because you will finally understand that your intuition has always been right. All those times you felt uncomfortable around these people, all those moments when something inside you screamed that something was wrong, your soul was picking up on the truth that your mind couldn't yet process. But the most shocking thing is not the recordings. It is discovering that this conspiracy has been going on for much longer than you imagined. Your loved one has managed to track down evidence that you have been watched and manipulated for years, through different people who took turns in this role. Your current partner and the conspirator are just the most recent executors of a much older and more elaborate plan. Write in the comments, "My soul shines with divine light that nothing can extinguish." By doing so, you activate an inner flame that burns away any negativity around you, preparing you to receive these revelations with strength and clarity. The origin of it all goes back to a situation in your past where you made a decision that financially harmed someone very powerful. It wasn't intentional on your part. Perhaps it was a job opportunity you got that this person wanted, or a romantic situation where you were chosen over them, or even a family inheritance that came to you, causing jealousy among other relatives. This influential person has never forgotten what they considered a humiliation, and has been orchestrating situations to sabotage your happiness ever since. They have the financial resources to hire people, the social connections to influence opportunities, and the patience to carry out long-term revenge. Your loved one has uncovered this entire network and documented not only the direct perpetrators, but also the mastermind behind the whole operation. And if you feel that this message has truly touched you, please consider supporting this work by clicking "Thank you." This gesture helps us continue to bring these messages of light to those who most need to awaken to truths that are hidden in the shadows of life. The evidence includes bank transfers proving payments made to the people who were spying on you, service contracts specifying exactly what kind of information they were supposed to collect about you, and even emails where this person celebrated every little tragedy they managed to cause in your life. But your angelic guardian didn't stop at identifying the culprits. She also tracked all the damage they caused and prepared ways to reverse each one. Job opportunities you lost due to these people's interference can be recovered through contacts she cultivated specifically for this purpose. Relationships that were sabotaged can be cleared up through evidence she collected about the lies that were spread about you. Archangel Michael reveals that there is even a sum of money that was stolen from you indirectly, through financial opportunities that were diverted, investments that were sabotaged, even inheritances that were influenced by false information about your character. Your loved one has calculated the exact value of these losses and prepared legal ways to recover every penny. Write in the comments, "My heart beats to the rhythm of heavenly peace." This harmonizes your energy with the frequency of the angels and dissolves any emotional turmoil that these revelations may initially cause. The letter also contains something that will move you deeply. Letters from people who tried to warn you about these situations in the past but were prevented from reaching you. Friends who tried to warn you but were dismissed with lies about their intentions. Family members who were suspicious of certain people but were convinced they were being paranoid. Even strangers who tried to help you but were discouraged through intimidation tactics. All of these people have left messages explaining what they tried to do for you, apologizing for not being more persistent, expressing the genuine affection they have always felt. When you read these letters, you will realize that you were never really alone. There have always been people rooting for you, trying to protect you, genuinely wishing you happiness. But the most transformative discovery is in the last section of the main message. Your loved one has found evidence that you possess natural psychic abilities that have been suppressed through these constant energetic manipulations. Your ability to receive spiritual guidance, to sense situations before they happen, to feel people's true intentions. All of this has been artificially blocked to keep you vulnerable and dependent. Now write in the comments, "I am a pure channel of divine love and light." This affirmation awakens your true essence and attracts miracles into your life as your spiritual gifts begin to be restored. The energetic liberation that will occur when you discover this whole truth will be like removing a blindfold that has covered your spiritual eyes for years. Your intuition will return with crystal clarity. Your discernment will be sharpened beyond the norm, and you will develop a kind of internal radar that will immediately identify anyone who approaches you with bad intentions. The end of this journey of revelations marks the beginning of a new life that will surpass all your most optimistic dreams. Archangel Michael reveals that your loved one was able to see not only what was being destroyed in your life, but also what could be built when you freed yourself from all these negative influences. She saw your true essence shining unobstructed, your talents blossoming fully, your happiness radiating in a way that would transform not only your own life, but also the lives of everyone around you. The last pages of the letter contain specific instructions on how to use all this knowledge wisely and strategically. She knew that you might be tempted to seek immediate revenge, to publicly expose all these people, to take justice into your own hands. But she guides you to follow a higher path, where your spiritual and material elevation will be the greatest punishment these people could receive. The strategy she has prepared is genius in its simplicity. While these people continue to waste their energy trying to harm you, you will be channeling all your energy into building a life so prosperous and protected that no attack can reach you. It's like building a fortress of light around yourself, where any negativity directed at you will simply bounce back to the sender. Write in the comments, "The gates of heaven open for me with every breath." This establishes a direct bridge between you and the heavenly plane, allowing blessings to flow freely as you prepare for this final transformation. The most impressive thing is to discover that your loved one has also prepared specific signs that you will receive as you implement each step of this reconstruction. These will not be vague feelings or generic intuitions. They will be concrete confirmations that you are on the right path. Specific numbers will appear repeatedly. Specific songs will play at significant moments, and strangers will mention keywords that she has chosen specifically for you to recognize. The letter reveals that she has managed to establish contacts in professional areas that have always aroused your curiosity, but that you never had the courage to explore. Editors who will be interested in the texts you will write about your experience. Producers who will want to turn your story into inspirational material. Even entrepreneurs who will recognize your potential to lead projects related to the protection of vulnerable people. Your personal transformation will be so evident that it will naturally attract people who are vibrating at the same high frequency. The love that will come into your life will not only be different from your previous relationships, it will be the kind of connection she always knew you deserved. A person who will see your inner light, who will respect your journey, who will feel honored to walk beside you without trying to change or control anything about you. Write in the comments, "My faith is my shield. My prayer is my sword of light." This activates your spiritual armor and makes you invincible against any evil as you prepare to receive all these blessings. Archangel Michael whispers that in the first few days after discovering all this truth, you will go through an intense emotional cleansing process. Crying will be necessary, feeling anger will be natural, questioning certain things about life will be inevitable. But every tear shed will be washing your soul. Every moment of rebellion will be burning old energies that no longer serve you. Every question will be making room for deeper wisdom. After this initial emotional storm, there will be a period of calm and clarity like you have never experienced before. Your mind will become more organized, your priorities will automatically realign, and your decisions will be made with unshakable confidence. It is as if all the confusion and insecurity of recent times have been dissolved at once. leaving only the crystal clear certainty of who you really are and where you are going. People around you will notice this change immediately. Your posture will be different, your gaze will have a new depth. Your voice will carry a natural authority that will make others feel instinctively respectful in your presence. It won't be arrogance or conceit. It will be the natural radiance of someone who finally knows their own worth and no longer accepts being treated as inferior. Write in the comments, "I blossom like a sacred rose in the garden of angels." This statement awakens your inner beauty and attracts true love into your life as you prepare for this complete transformation. Years later, when you look back, you will realize that this entire painful experience was actually the greatest gift you could have received. Not only because it freed you from toxic people, but because it awakened a version of yourself that might never have emerged under normal circumstances. The strength you developed, the wisdom you gained, the compassion you cultivated, all of these will become powerful tools to help others who go through similar situations. Your loved one knew that you would become a beacon of hope for lost souls, living proof that it is possible to rise from the ashes, a concrete demonstration that true love never dies. It only transforms and continues to protect in even more powerful ways. And now, my dear heart in transformation, if this journey of revelations has touched your soul, if you feel that you are no longer alone, if these words have brought clarity to situations that seemed inexplicable, I invite you with all my heart to subscribe to this channel. Here you will find more messages like this, guidance from the angels for difficult times, and a community of people who, like you, believe that there is always light, even in the deepest darkness. Tell me in the comments which part of this message touched your heart the most. If you have ever had intuitions about people close to you who did not seem trustworthy. If this revelation made sense with things you had been feeling but could not explain. Your story can inspire others who are going through similar situations. And if this message brought you relief, hope, or any other positive feeling, please also share what you learned from it. Remember, you are never alone. Angels walk beside you. Your loved ones continue to protect you. And now you have all the tools you need to build the extraordinary life that has always been your destiny. The journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come.